Hey IndieGogo backers, this is Manish Sethi. I wanted to give you an update on the Pavlok 2. So, Pavlok 2 we had scheduled to ship in late September during the campaign. We are pushing our hardest to make sure that date can actually happen. What we do want to do is release the product first to our DNA backers. The DNA backers are the ones who are going to be testing it and doing motion detection so that when you receive your product, it's already a little bit smart. So today I wanted to give you an update on the 4 core parts of the Pavlok experience. There is hardware, there is firmware, there is software, and then there's accessories and miscellanea and apps and modules and RISE and all that other stuff. So maybe a little more than 4. But let's start off with the hardware. The hardware of Pavlok 2 is definitely coming along. So I'm wearing the hardware of Pavlok 2 in the new exclusive for backers white band. It's really pretty. I really like it. And it's sitting right here. It's a very similar design to the original Pavlok to maintain the modularity. But the hardware is great. It's using a Nordic NRF 52 series chip with an ARM core processor and all these other really large numbers. But it's really number one, it's good. The supply chain is great. We're moving our operations into Canada, and our manufacturing will be done there, so that's really cool. And cool. So hardware is good and supply chain is great. Number 2, that is firmware. Firmware is where we've had a little bit of trouble. Firmware is the software that you write that lives on the device. So it's the code that lives in here. And the issue with it is that it's in a very difficult language called C. And we're trying to do something really cool with this firmware. In fact, this is it's actually pretty exciting to me. We're creating a application-based system. Rather than it being one app, the Pavlok firmware, it's going to be infinite firmwares. We're creating a base layer of a simple connection, so this is the part that is never changed. And then there's, on top of it, dozens of applications that can be installed. So sort of like the Pebble smartwatch had applications you could install onto the device. We're creating a similar route where applications can be installed so we can rapidly create new use cases and habits for you. But unfortunately, this takes a little bit of time to build, and it's a very emergent process because everything has to work before any of it works. So finally, the last few tweaks have been working, and we're getting very close to being able to ship this product out to our DNA backers first, and then to you. Thirdly, the software is freaking sweet. I'm really proud of our iOS and Android team and our Ruby on Rails team in Brazil and Pakistan. And we have, this is actually the second to last design of our App Store interface. I call it an App Store because I misspoke and also because I can't think of another word. But we're creating a in-app, we've broken apart all of the use cases of Pavlok and created a module-based application system. So things like the clock, like tracking your sleep, let's see, sleep from last night or a few nights ago. Tracking specific habits, so you can see how many times you do them. These are being broken out into a developer-friendly app interface. So first of all, we can release new things often, and secondly, that users can, so in the future, developers can write their own apps. So the software is getting really cool, and I just announced this to DNA backers. I'll tell you guys too. We have created an in-app point system called Volts. And these volts are an in-app currency where you earn points, you earn currency for doing healthy positive habits. And you are able to use those points to unlock new features and unlock new apps. And I'm really excited about that because this begins the creation of our positive reinforcement into the Pavlok ecosystem. So hardware, software, firmware, and everything else. All right, everything else. Accessories and the RISE app. So accessories, white band. This is our new magnetic mesh, the Milanese band enclosure, which just finally came, not 3D printed, but came from our factory, and it's quite nice. It's quite strong. It looks, it's secured by magnets. And what's really cool about it is that it's actually quite strong too. It looks like it's very small and sleek, but it's actually quite strong, which I'm quite proud of. So good job on whoever invented polypropylene. But anyway, all right, that's accessories. Volta went over, miscellaneous. Oh, the Rise app. Yeah, Rise app is going to take a little bit of time. I'm going to ship the product to you before the Rise app is ready. I want to get Rise out to you, but honestly, the hardware and software, Rise will be one of those modules, and it'll be unlocked for free for you, of course, as an IndieGogo backer. But I'm not going to push that out until everything is good. So that might ship by the same time that we ship the product to you. It might take a week or two after. It might take a month after. But the Rise app to help you wake up early will be shipping, obviously, in the very near future, very shortly after you receive your product. This video is already getting really long. Thank you very much for sticking with me. I love you. Stay shocking.